This is KTVO's Good Morning Heartland.
And welcome back. Can your pets make you sick? Yes, they can. Dr. Puckett from Complete Family Medicine is here to break it down for us. So Saturday during our Polar Plunge, which right here you have the 2 golden plunges because you won last year and this year for the costume contest, but that's okay. You'll have competition next year.
Ooh, already starting to talk.
Oh yeah,
smack.
we've already went back into the back room and we already have blueprints of what we're doing next year. So stay tuned for that. All right, so during Saturday you teased me about giving me zoonotic disease. What is that exactly?
Well, those are diseases that can be transferred to people from animals.
Okay.
And since you were the Ninja Turtles,
Exactly.
I was real concerned about the possible zoonotic exposure at the polar bear plunge.
And that's why you weren't around us.
Exactly, stayed far away. Plus, I was busy checking out bandits.
Exactly. All right, well, go ahead and let us know. So zoonotic disease is the transfer from animal to human, right?
Correct.
Are there ways that we can prevent that?
There are.
Okay.
Anytime, I guess one way is to completely stay away from animals, but personally, I enjoy my pets.
Yes.
So we just want to learn a little about these diseases so we can make sure and do what we can to prevent possible exposure.
All right, and what are some common zoonotic diseases that?
Well, some of them, there's a variety that people have heard about that are very, very rare, even things like rabies. But some of the more common ones that we might talk about today would be toxoplasmosis, even ringworm, and what's our other one?
I can't remember. It's Monday. So first, let's go ahead and talk about toxoplasmosis, because when I asked you what that is, you told me that pregnant women can get this.
Yes, absolutely. It comes from it's a parasite, a protozoan that the cat usually gets from killing a wild animal or a bird. Once they kill that and ingest it, then the protozoan is passed in their feces, and so pregnant women can get that whenever they're cleaning a cat litter box, that sort of thing. So that's why we caution it against cleaning the cat litter.
All right, which is really interesting because I heard of that, but then I didn't know the correct terms.
Yeah, and it's pretty rare in humans. When we get it, if we're healthy, it usually doesn't cause any problems. In young children or the elderly, it can cause some infection and even cause some end organ damage. And then in pregnant women, it can be transmitted to the baby, and in the developing fetus can cause brain and eye damage that can be irreversible.
Oh, wow.
And so even though it's very rare, the symptoms and the problems that are caused are quite severe, and so it's definitely worth preventing.
Okay, and one way of being cautious about that, if you do have cats, is to use gloves when you're cleaning out the cat litter.
All of us should do that, not just pregnant people.
Okay.
Wear gloves, clean the cat litter box often. If you have an indoor cat, if you keep the cat indoors and then it doesn't have exposure to the birds, the rodents. Also, being sure to whenever you have kids with a sandbox, we really want to keep the sandbox covered because cats naturally migrate to the sandbox, they do their business, and then kids get in there to play. So that's why having sandbox covers is so important.
All right, and let's talk about ringworm really quickly.
Sure. Ringworm is actually a fungal infection, so it's not a worm. It's quite common, unlike some of these others. But ringworm is a round, well-demarcated with that kind of has a raised on the outside edge. It's mostly passed from cats, and so whenever you pet a cat, if it has spotches of hair that are missing, especially in a round pattern, then you want to be cautious. And of course, if your cat has those symptoms, then you need to get it to the veterinarian to get treated. Ringworm is really easy to treat, and we see it a lot in the office, and sometimes we get all worked up about it, but it's as simple as going to the local discount store, to the pharmacy, and getting some over-the-counter antifungal cream. The key with ringworm is you have to be patient. It's going to take time. You're going to have to put that on there for weeks and weeks.
Okay, and finally, salmonella.
Oh yeah, from the turtle. Hello.
Yes.
So yeah, reptiles are most common for salmonella. We think about it also from uncooked chicken.
Okay.
Is where we've but when it comes to the animals, and recently there was a big outbreak of salmonella from hedgehogs keeping for pets. But it's just a bacteria that's normally found in their system and in their feces. And so when we handle a snake, a turtle, any other reptile, a hedgehog, then it can get passed to us. And so again, it's an infection in humans that cause very few symptoms, some fever, mild abdominal pain, some diarrhea, and generally in healthy people we pass that on through. But again, in people who are immunocompromised, they can get pretty sick with it and might require antibiotics.
All right. Well, thank you. That's very useful information. What we'll do is we'll post it on our website at heartlandconnection.com, as well as Dr. Puckett's with Complete Family Medicine, and we'll be right back.